Also, another thing, so let's say we do like a random fraction, like 1/2, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you do this, like just put a negative there, that means just that part is negative, right?
Yeah, instead of going up 1 over 2, you're now going down 1 over 2.
Yeah, right. So then, but when you put a negative there, does that make the whole thing negative?
That's a good question, classic.
Yeah.
A negative out front, let me go to a new page here.
Yeah.
So negative 1/2 could equally be thought of as negative 1 times 1/2. Okay? Which could equally be thought of as negative 1 over 1 times 1/2. What is negative 1 divided by 1?
1 or negative 1?
Negative 1.
Negative
How
1.
many times does 1 go into negative 1?
1. Negative ones.
Negative 1 times, right?
Yeah.
So this is like the way expanded form of this.
Yeah.
But now we can multiply across the top, and we get negative 1 times 1, and then 1 times 2.
Okay.
Moral of the story is if the negative's out front, that's equivalent to it just being on top.
So it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
Even if the negative's on bottom, like these two things are equal. These three things are equal.
Huh. But when you graph them, they're different.
Let's see.
Or
Okay, I'm going to start. Here's a starting point.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to go up. Let me zoom in. Start going up 1,
Up 1.
and then left 2. Right there. Okay, and I'll pick a different color. Starting at the same starting point, let's go actually down 1, and then to the right 2. Right there. So that's going to be...
So they're going to have the same slope?
It's always going to be, it's going to create the same slope, just kind of based in a different starting point, but holistically they're the same answer actually. So in this case, same line, same slope, same everything. And then let's just do one more kind of cool one here. That wasn't a very great drawing, but that's okay.
Good idea.
And then this one, negative 1/2.
Yeah.
How about we go down 1/2 and over 1? Negative 1/2 is technically the same as negative 1/2 over 1. If you want to look at this as its own like number.
Yeah.
So going down 1 over 2 is the same eventually as going down 1/2 over 1.
Okay.
Down 1/2 over 1. Down 1/2 over 1.
Wait, so... Oh, okay.
All three of those things represent the same number.
All right.
Same with this right here, the last number that this is all equal to. That's also fine. You could write that for the slope if you want.
Okay, cool.
Negative point.
Because I was thinking about that sometimes and I never...
Yeah. What you're
Good chance to
probably get a
ask.
little confused on is something that looks like this.
Oh, true.
Now you have negative 1 over negative 2. Which,
So that's different to these.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So that's the one different one.
Yeah, exactly. This is just equal to. It's the same rule as multiplication.
Yeah.
Divide a negative by a negative, it's like doing a 180 and then turning right back around.
Yeah.
Another way of thinking of it is how many times does a negative number go into a negative number? Well, it's going to go in a positive amount of times because you just add a negative number by itself a couple times to get to another negative number.
Yeah. Kind of weird. A little weird.
You'll get your negatives and positives in time. They're just like fractions, something that everyone is supposed to know, but a high percentage of people surprisingly don't know, and it's not their fault generally.
Yeah.